I've met some great contacts here, people who I probably would have never have had that same connection with were I just to meet them through email, or especially being stuck in the UK. I don't have the same opportunity to see people face to face. But overall, it's been an incredible seminar. I've made some people who I'll surely keep in contact with.
Getting to know other people, especially when it's such a lonely industry, you know, you're behind a computer, and getting to actually network with people who are doing this as a way of living.
So for me personally, it was great to be able to actually meet some people that I've interacted with for the past couple years on and off via the internet, and then just to touch base and sit across the desk from them and talk about things in a real practical sort of way that you just can't get when you're watching a video online or when you're emailing someone back and forth. You really can't replicate what it's like to see someone in person.
I met some of the most interesting people that I'm really excited to be friends with for a long time. I've known a few of these people from their online personas, but when you actually meet them in person, you have coffee with them, lunch, drinks afterwards. You actually become their friend, and that means that, you know, the next time you need something, you can reach out to them. And you're not someone who's just, hey, can you do me a favor just because I'm on the internet? You're reaching out to someone you have a relationship with. And what's amazing is the caliber of people here are just astronomical. There's people who I already have followed online, and now I see them as a peer and a friend, which is pretty amazing. And the people here who they know and who are willing to introduce me.
The power and energy of the content, the people that were here, the networks that took place. I say all the time, your network equals your net worth. I think there's a lot of people today that raise their net worth several bars.
Provided me a tremendous networking opportunity. I met people that I don't feel like I would have met otherwise. Very similar to me. It was fantastic to be able to have the opportunity to talk at a high level with a lot of people.
Just the people that were at the conference, we learned a lot and made a lot of good connections, as well as the size of the conference was fairly small, so it was very intimate, and we felt like we had a lot of face time with the people that we wanted to talk to.
The vibe that I kind of took away was more of one of people who are, again, just in that top tier.
Because it's one of the few times when you get world-class people from around the world coming in and really sharing about the intricate details, the how-tos, real-world examples.
It's my first time in Vegas, and meeting all these like-minded people here has been absolutely incredible. I've really been taken aback by the enthusiasm and the sort of level of ability that was in the room here, and it's really been a great summit overall.
There was a smart business mind about the people that were here, and that really goes a long way just in the discussion and what's being shared and the back and forth with the group as a whole.
Every single person I met was like doing something interesting. They had done something interesting in the past. They were pushing forward on what they knew.
It was a nice, intimate gathering where it felt like even though people were speaking, the attendees had a chance to ask questions in the talk, and some of those questions would help us have kind of a little tangent to a conversation that people would want to know.
And then the conversation afterwards and the Q&A session, and then just the small group chats that occurred after, like really brought in like really intense conversations about what people are really doing and how, and just sharing of information.
Yeah, I think people's openness to share their own experiences, and obviously, sounds a bit cliche, but welcoming the learning. People were really prepared to learn new things and to kind of throw out traditional misconceptions and ideas that they might have had before coming here, to really look at a new way of doing things.
And what I love about the culture is that it's very open. It's a culture that, though everybody's competitive by nature and in a very positive way, there's an open approach to information. People want to help people. People want to share ways to get there, and that's surprising in business because a lot of businesses, as we know, a lot in the world, it's a zero-sum game. If I win, you lose. If you win, I lose. That's not the case here. It's an ever-expanding pie, and we're able to share in that together.
I probably had 9 different people come up and offer me some advice or some thoughts on what I'm going through with my business, completely unsolicited. So people were like, hey, last night we were talking about you at dinner and your business, and we had an idea, we wanted to share it with you in case it's something you haven't thought of. You don't get that at other conferences. And the fact that it's a small, intimate environment, I've gotten to meet everyone and have a conversation with everyone. And there's no shy person in the back of the room who didn't take anything away from this. Everyone's gotten involved and engage with each other.
It's having some people that are willing to take you under their wing and kind of show you from their experiences how things are working. So really great weekend, and I definitely recommend it.
You're getting the input and you're interacting with people who are true experts in this, and not just people who can market well and make it look like they know what they're talking about. These are guys that are doing this day in and day out.
Across the board, I've learned more about the details than I have in the months and months I've spent, poring over some of these things at home. And the fact that when I have questions, I can reach over and say, like, hey, what does this report mean? I've never been able to figure it out.
It gives you a chance to get one-on-one with people who have been there, done that, who have built sites from scratch, who have acquired sites, and they give you their first-hand knowledge, their experience, all the mistakes they made along the way to develop great websites.
This is where the experts are. These guys have been in the industry for a long time. They understand what they're doing, and they have connected with other people that have been in the industry for a long time, and they're providing the tools and the resources that you need to get into this business and understand it, and you're benefiting off of the mistakes that they've already made.
Actually comparing to other larger seminars I've been to, these instructors are more down to earth, straightforward, and they answer your questions one-on-one with real action-based responses.
Come up with a lot of new friends, a lot of new contacts, a lot of very powerful ideas, new websites, new tools, and even new industries that I didn't even know existed.
I've been to a lot of trade shows, a lot of conferences, and this, for my money, has been, just with respect to the content and the actionable items and the takeaways for me, have been one of the best conferences that I've been to.
By far, probably one of the best I've been to as far as content and information.
And I'm just so thankful for the opportunity to be here. And I mean, there's so many pluses for coming to an event like this, and this event has been awesome. It's exceeded my expectations, answered so many questions.
This is the type of group, this type of people, and the content is something that you just get more and more out of it the more times that you do repeat it, and so that's why I'm here.
I was pleasantly surprised by the quality of the event last year, so I decided to make it out this year, and I'm really glad I did. I learned a lot this year, met a lot of great people, people doing interesting things, really nice people to chat with. So I'm really glad I made it out this year, and plan on coming next year.
I attended last year's event, and this year I learned so much over the last 12 months as a result of attending last year and then applying things, and then this year coming back, and I find that I'm further up the learning curve and took another step and I'm challenged for this next year going forward to learn even more and apply even more.
Really excited about the future of where this could go for me. I'm learning from some of the other people in the group. I've made some fabulous connections.
Yeah, I think the neatest thing was during all the presentations, everybody that spoke, there was a couple moments where I went, wow, those are how you connect the dots. Those are the aha moments that really hit home with me, where I maybe had an idea about something, but I'd never seen the two pieces come together in a succinct way where I could go and execute on that concept after I leave the session.
Actually, at the event last year, speaking to some people, they had heard about my company, we had chatted, they got more information, and a few of the people at that event ended up making an offer, and it worked out great. So.
They definitely come to this and get ready to dive in.
But at this event, it's like, it's the people who are doing it, it's the people who are in charge of their life, who are actually, it's their paycheck that changes if they decide to bust their ass this week or not, you know?
I thought it was a great session, great time, a lot of fun energy, a lot of real great minds in the room, and you know, I'd say to anybody, whatever you were doing this weekend, I don't think it was